Good afternoon and welcome to the presentation of the business that was hosted by Alexandr Kachановskiy, the member of the board of directors, on Thursday, May 30th of 2019. My name is Olga Pavetsky and I will be translating on behalf of Mr. Kachanovski. Alexandr Kachановskiy speaking. Good afternoon and welcome to the presentation of the business, where I will discuss our latest developments, the project's direction of future development, what notions to expect very shortly, and I'm also excited to go over these aspects today with you. Firstly, I would like to congratulate everyone with a very happy milestone that occurred recently, a key event as we celebrated 3 years since the launch of our project recently. 3 years ago today, we introduced a native Android version that kept on developing and launched the beginning of our application, as well as the iOS version was introduced shortly after that. As of now, we will be celebrating our project annually, as its birthday is on May 27th. Moreover, I would like to clarify what our business is, as our business is venture investments in the creation of a global commercial and financial market-based platform with exceptional conditions for an investor, an ability to become a shareholder of our company starting with an amount of €135 and more. Our goal is to develop an attractive application with a large amount of users and sell it with profits in order for each shareholder to receive a portion of the profit depending on the package of shares owned. There are numerous examples of successful venture investments on the internet, while those projects that did pick up and nobody knew about during their initial stages were the ones to generate the highest profits for their investors. Venture investments are high-risk investments, but with the right approach and with the right project, venture investments generate major profits. For instance, Mike Markula invested $250,000 in Apple back when it was operating from a garage, and sold his share for $154 million, earning 61,600% of profit. Thomas Alberg invested $100,000 in Amazon back when nobody knew about it, and earned $26 million from doing so. Jim Goetz timely invested $60 million into WhatsApp Messenger, which generated a profit of $3 billion. And Peter Fenton invested in Twitter when practically no one knew about it and earned almost $1.6 billion. These were investments in venture projects not known to the majority of people. So we've built our messenger and it will be finalized in the nearest time, as we are now transferring to developing the core infrastructure and ecosystem of our messenger, which is market space. Our market sector is messengers, and there are a few messengers available for use today, as users even tend to have several messengers that they switch between on their smartphones. However, a messenger with a marketplace is quite rare. And apart from our application, there's only one other analogy in China called WeChat, although it is limited to use only within China. We are creating not just a messenger, but also are developing a marketplace for global use, and that is our key competitive advantage. Additionally, another notion that depicts the growth of our application is the increase in its value, as we conduct regular valuations of our application by independent auditing companies, as we have recently received the draft of the latest valuation of our messenger from the Siadoma Audit's auditing company, and the messenger was valued at $263,236,433. This is the value excluding market space. Yet this is a great dynamic of growth for the messenger portion of our application, and we are anticipating major growth when market space is completed. And today, we are summarizing the results of our 3-year development so far. Firstly, the messenger portion of the application for the Android will be completed around July of this year, while the iOS version is slightly behind and will most likely be completed around August of this year. Our web version is also set to be completed with the Android version, and this will mark the completion of core functionality of the messenger, as we will be fully comparable to Viber or WhatsApp messengers by then, while there still be other functions added later on. We're also in the midst of rebranding our application and a new look. Overall design and interface of the application will be introduced after the core functionality is completed. And moreover, our markets are also preparing a detailed marketing plan for joining the markets depicted on the slide, as we chose countries where messengers are not quite widely used yet, although the total amount of smartphones in those countries are drastically increasing compared to other countries as well. Our team of developers is also one of our strong qualities, as we have a highly qualified team of developers, Synesis, who have previous experience in creating and developing projects worth billions, such as Viber and Playtika. They have extensive knowledge and expertise in the field, and the company is also known for its high-load applications with cloud infrastructure, artificial intelligence systems, big data storage and processing, cross-platform graphic engines, messenger platforms, and chatbots. And you can read more about the developers on their website depicted on this slide. Moreover, Synesis is also used not just by us, but also by such famous companies as IBM, Yandex, Alfresco, Caesars, and others. At the same time, they also have their own startups that they are currently working on, and our Gem for Me application is also one of them. Another major advantage of ours is our large army of fans from all over the world, the people that promote our messenger day by day, and we have users in 153 countries of the world, which distinguishes us from other similar IT projects in the world. We've split these countries by continents, and as you can see, there are 43 countries in Europe that use our messenger currently. 2 countries in North America being Canada and United States, as well as major large countries in South and Central America such as Argentina and Brazil. We also have users in 45 countries in Asia, ranging from Japan and South Korea to smaller Asian countries of the region. Furthermore, we're also happy to have users in countries of Africa, Australia, and Oceania. We are very happy by these statistics, and we hope that the remaining countries of the world will soon join our great application. Next, let's discuss the second portion of our application, the major idea that we are currently working on, the commercial and financial platform that is a marketplace built in the messenger. We started developing this platform at a perfect time back a year ago, initially by introducing smart bots to help further develop the platform in the future. While many companies are just starting to pursue this direction, we are ahead. This is a very attractive path to pursue. As part of from messengers, monetization is much more profitable. Marketplaces yield large profits, which is why they are very attractive for investors and generate major profits for them. So, why are we so sure in the success of our market space? All the notions that we are currently developing for market space are essential given that we have previous experience when working on our messenger portion of the application, while at the same time market space is a part of our ecosystem that is currently in much demand all over the world. Our market space is built on the foundation of our smart bots in order to provide the most convenience to our users. A marketplace is a universal bot platform using merchants and buyers. It is also a new concept of marketing offering bi-directional commerce, while a buyer has real power due to his ability of making a choice. Also, the e-commerce research foundation depicts that marketplaces will be conducting up to 50% of all sales in the nearest 4 years. It is the next step in evolution of electronic commerce. We are all participants of this revolutionary development as part of the launch of our market space along with the messenger. Our market space that we are currently developing is also already operating in its beta version, and it allows to create a store of any size with the help of a chatbot, offer not only any goods but also any kind of services, sell any tickets, tours, or goods for the house, place a large store with thousands of product items in a chat room to communicate with customers. Using artificial intelligence, it is easy to find the right products in various stores. Trade outside of your city, regions, and country. Find the nearest restaurant, read the menu, and book a table. Receive cashback for personal purchases, and the main advantage of our marketplace with the messenger is direct communication of merchants with customers and the ability to host effective advertising campaigns. For instance, push notifications sent directly to the user's main screen. Moreover, we developed 3 ways for a user to create one's market on our market space platform. First one being for those who already have an operating online store. Then simply add a market to the catalog and add the link to one's website. On the other hand, for those users who don't yet have an online store, they have 2 options. either adding a market to the catalog and listing each product in the market manually, or adding a market to the catalog and using the provided online store constructor to add one's products. Once again, there is a distinct difference between messengers and marketplaces on the market currently. While there's only one example that combines both messengers and marketplace, and it is WeChat, and our Gem4Me marketplace on the foundation of the Gem4Me messenger. By combining both the messenger and marketplace, we are creating a synergy of both these aspects. The value of the messenger and the value of marketplace are not combined by uniting, but rather increases exponentially. Marketplaces generate much higher profits due to financial flows within the platform and its monetization. Moreover, our monetization on the platform has also several branches to it. For example, advertising after calls, advertising in chat lists, in business chats, as well as a separate section in the application that will host advertisements from large companies similar to the Discover Notion on Snapchat, and advertising placed in informational chats. The sources of monetization within MarketSpace will be from advertising within MarketSpace is one of the core perspectives of monetization of the global commercial platform, and the second source of monetization in MarketSpace would be rent for hosting one's market on the platform. Furthermore, MarketSpace is already operating in its beta version, and here are a few examples of the stores that are operating on the platform currently. We are continuously receiving new requests for new markets, while the only drawback that MarketSpace currently has is the lack of financial infrastructure, which we have been working on extensively and are anticipating to have one very soon. On the other hand, I would now like to discuss the new legal structure that we are now going to be working on. MarketSpace Solutions OU is the new company in Estonia that is issuing Eurobonds for the purpose of financing development and promotion of MarketSpace. The price of one bond will be €1,000. Investors receive 50% plus one share, and the advantage of these bonds is that they will not have a coupon and they will be converted into shares and ownership after 3 years. 5 million of shares are devoted for unqualified investors, and another 5 million is reserved for qualified investors. Qualified investors will be purchasing our bonds through our broker once it is listed, and unqualified investors will buy bonds through shares of MarketSpace custodian services. Therefore, our strategy for 2019 is quite straightforward. Completion of development of Gem4Me Messenger and its promotion, and secondly, development and introduction of the second portion of the application to the market, MarketSpace. Once again, MarketSpace is already operating in its beta version, and our task is to make it very convenient in use, multilingual, user-friendly, and applicable in various regions of the world. We receive about 60 new requests for new markets on average each day, and we are working effortlessly to make MarketSpace the most convenient in its use for our users. There were 2 important events in May. First one being that the CCA has been increased from 5 to 10, as this table provides calculations of the value of one's shares with consideration of CCA. Those new partners who join the company by purchasing shares will start from the very beginning of corporate coefficient of activity scale of 0.25 all the way up to 10. At the same time, those partners who participated and worked with Gem4Me custodian services and already have a certain coefficient will start a new company with the same coefficient they had in MarketSpace custodian services. The profitability margins of those partners who will have CCA of 10 will be much higher, and serves as a great opportunity to continue working and motivate new partners who join us. Therefore, the price of shares with CCA depends on 2 main parameters. First one being the amount that is paid for MarketSpace by a future buyer, and the amount of shares on each step, aka the distribution of shares based on one's CCA. The table below depicts calculation with account of an investor's shares of MarketSpace worth €15 billion and distribution of share ownership as of currently. These numbers are drawn as an average of the current market sector of messengers and MarketSpace. Please note that these calculations are not exact representation and/or promise of future profits or dividends, and are provided as a calculation model for those partners who wish to show this notion. And now, I would like to announce one of the most powerful promotions that we have ever had in the history of our company. It is still valid, and we are striving for partners to be able to have lots of capabilities and opportunities within the business, which is why we are excited to introduce and extend the Double Your CCA promotion for a very brief time frame. Every single action, whether it is a purchase or sponsoring a package, is doubling your CCA. Here are some examples depicted on the slide. In conclusion, another important announcement of today is the emergence of a cashback system, one with every payment for any package using a bank card, a partner's personal account will receive 5% worth of cashback from the price of a package that was purchased. This promotion only works when making a purchase from a bank card. This is a very short promotion and we are anticipating for it to be extremely popular in demand, but it will be valid until June 10th of 2019. So be sure to take advantage of this promotion as it is very generous and we hope that it will help you conduct business more. And lastly, our project is in its final stretch as the messenger is nearly complete while our market space platform is being developed in order to create the synergy of these two notions and generate much higher profits for all of the shareholders. We are conducting colossal amounts of work and we will keep everyone updated on all the latest news. Thank you for your time today, and until we meet next time.